Hey folks, Jonathan here. Another day. We're wide open. Started welding the floor cross members and stuff in some more. Got Noah changing rear tires. We got the new rear ones in. I wanted to address this. You know, it looks like that wheel, like the body's way too far forward. That's just sitting here. When you get up straight with it, it's just about perfect. So it's just an optical illusion from the camera when you move this way. That's all that was. So the body is straight on the axle. It's in the right spot. All right. Okay folks, we finally got enough support welded in that we could take the door off, and it stayed nice and solid. So this is the one I've got to make the hinges for, so I think I'm going to get to work on that. The pedals are all mounted, everything's welded in good. We actually got the brake master cylinder hooked back up, and we're good to go there. Should have the clutch, pressure plate, everything should be, we should have it here tomorrow, and we can get that knocked out, and then we can start doing some of the floor, but it's looking pretty good. Everything's in. I built a battery box cover. Well, I didn't build the cover, I built the frame around it. This is an old school cover that I had. You twist it to pull it off. It's got little latches on it. So that'll be nice, and that'll be under the seat. So you'll pick the seat up out. So I'm going to put it's going to be a bench seat, you know, something that I build myself probably. And we've got a gas tank here that we may use. We may bring it back and sit it up here. And won't be any worse than, you know, a lot of the tanks where they're mounted, and it'll be covered with steel from here to the tank, so it's not a big deal. Just the same as that one, just mounted lower. And let me see, we're working on it. We're getting it. A lot of welding today, a little fabrication here and there, and hopefully we can get a little bit more done. We did get the tires and got them on. Noah put them on earlier before he left. He's already gone for the day. His girlfriend's birthday was today, so he wanted to go celebrate that. So anyway, new tires. Cheapest of that particular size that I could find, and we've got some steel here to 3/16 to do the hinges with, so we're going to go and get started on them, these two hinges. And I'd like to get this door to where we can open and shut it, and I've got to figure out this and get the bottom of the door repaired. I could mark where I want to do it at and go ahead and work on it. I don't know. Okay, I just decided I'd go ahead and do the door. I've been wanting to do some body panels anyway, so here's a piece we cut out, which as you can see rusted out. This piece we're putting in, as you can see, this cut is not perfectly straight, but it's exact as this one. When you put them together, oh, hard to do with one hand. You use one hand, one knee. When you put them together, they're about as perfect as you can get. So this will get welded in, and we'll start spotting it. Once we get it where we want it, we'll go ahead and wrap the lower edges around, and we'll probably have to rebuild some of the bottom of the door in there, but we'll support it for now and make sure we get it right later. So get the welding here. All right. Okay, I'll show you where I'm at. I got the door skin welded. It's not, you know, all the way, but it's there. And then we're working on the panel in front of it. So we'll get that on and weld it, and then we've still got this one to do. And then we can do something on our inner fender over there and the rear corner. And the major stuff on this side will be done. Still got some cutting out and stuff to do. We got above the panel on the door right there. Still got a lot of roughs there. We'll probably just cut that out up through and add a piece in. There's other places too, but you know, we're just trying to get it solid enough to drive here. So, but like I said, the bottom door panel is done, all but finishing up some welding and some grinding, and then we'll keep it on this one here. See if I can get it knocked out, and maybe tonight, and then we're going to start back on this one. And I've got the panel already beat out and hammered for that one. Just gotta get to it. I gotta trim my floor up. I got my floor coming through a little bit, so that'll have to come off. But anyway, Alright, we'll get at it. Okay folks, got the door panel on, got the cowl panel on, and we'll start on the other panel in the morning, and we'll call it a night. And got quite a bit done today. Not as much as I'd like. Of course, that's normal. The floor won't be a problem to knock out. Just a few panels. The time-consuming thing is going to be bringing all the panels into the floorboard, and because we're going to tack them in, I want to seal it up good. So that'll take a little work, but we'll get it. And then I've got to make some sort of rockers to go down below the doors, and we're going to reinforce the inside of these doors at the bottom. But they actually come out really good, and I'll do some more welding and grinding and cleaning up on that steel tomorrow, and we'll see if we can't get some panels in. We did get the glass in today too, so maybe we'll get some primer on this thing. I'll get it cleaned up around the window openings and at least get the 2 side glasses there in the back window and get the windshield in, so after we get it primed. But it's moving right along. It won't take long on these panels. We'll knock them out pretty quick, and sooner the better. Alright folks, moving along, getting some body panels welded in. Gonna do my hinges now. Gotta stop doing the fun stuff I'm working on and go do something, well, it's not something I don't want to do, it's just something that don't make me feel like I'm being as productive as putting panels on. So anyway, we've still got a lot to do back toward the back, a little bit at the front of that panel there. We got to finish welding everything on. I've got to do a brace on the inside of the door. It's all lined up really well. You know, definitely noticed that camera angles change what something looks like. You know, you're seeing it in 2D, not 3D. And so, you know, if for some reason the panel don't look right, or if the tire don't look like it's centered in the wheel, then it may be because of camera angle. So things aren't always what they seem. So let me get to work making the hinge. We're going to, all we're going to do, this is the only hinge I have for this side. Somebody had welded it on one time. We got to clean that off. What we've got is a 3/16 plate coming out, bent back, and then stepped down to a bushing. And I'm sure that, well, I don't know how they built this one. We're going to build a bushing and weld it on the end. And here's our plate. No new steel. Everything we're using basically is either used or stuff that was given to me. So we're not pumping the money in this project. This is not this is real reality. This ain't fake reality TV. Alright. Okay folks, working on making the hinges now. We've got our measurements, and we'll mark it out, cut it out. I've made my bushings that weld on the ends of the hinges, so we'll get at it. Okay folks, got the hinge pieces made. Now we're doing this a little bit different than what you might think we'd do it. Instead of building the entire hinge, what we've done is build the main bracket for the hinge. Drilled and tapped all the holes, got it screwed in, and got it in place where I want it. I put the door up without the, you know, the pins or anything. And so what we'll do now is put these bushings in the door with the pins, put the door on, line it up and clamp it where we want it, and then we'll weld them to the actual hinge. Now that's going to make things go a lot better. We're not going to have to be heating and bending and beating and trying to get things right, and if it's too far out, we can just grind a little off, whatever we need to do. So that's what I'm going to do now, and see if we can get the door to where it'll open and shut. Okay, so here's what we got. That one's pretty good. It's a little close, and this one's got a little tiny bit of a gap, but this door is out just a little bit. So I think what we're going to do is slice a little bit of that just so it can go in a little bit, and I think we can work with it from there. Alright folks, this is where you either fail or succeed. We've got the door clamped on the back and the front, and we just welded the hinges, and we're going to take them off and see if the door opens. Wish me luck. Not bad. I'm rubbing a little bit in one spot, but I bet it's that weld right there. We got some weld buildup right there. Somebody had welded. Let me see if I can grind that weld down a little bit and then see how it does. Okay folks, we've officially got a door that opens and shuts. Gaps are not perfect yet. They're not bad. You know, that it overlaps at the back, so it really don't matter that much. Body lines line up, but the body line behind the door on that rocker is squeezed a little bit like this, because it got, you know, that was the quarter that was laying down inside of the body. So we'd have to play with that a little bit. That's not an issue either. So you know, getting the body line straight wouldn't be that big a deal on this car, but you know, that's not for me to worry about right now. But I'll go ahead and open it and close it, show you. I'll have my latches in soon too. But there it is. So once the latch is in, and there's also I forget what they call it, it's like a dovetail that goes in here that when you shut the door, it actually helps line the door up. There's not one in it. There's not a stop to keep the door from opening too far. You know, everything was missing out of it. So I've got the door handles, the latches, and the striker plates on the way. And but for now, this will be just fine. We can open it and close it. And it's not the best way to latch it, but for now, we can latch it. And I think we'll be alright. And we've still got to cut our little pieces off that we put on it for welding the door shut. And a lot more welding here and grinding and stuff, but I mean, we've got that part halfway taken care of. And I think I'll go ahead and try to knock out one of these rear quarters, the rear corners here. I think I've already showed you the corner itself, but let's see if we can get one of these in here. Start getting this straight and getting everything straight where it needs to be on this rear corner. And I think that'll work out well. Oh, I didn't show, I do have the front cab mounts done too, the body mounts. Well, I don't know if you can be able to see them now that I put the repair panel on. But anyway, here it is. It comes down and it bolts this 1/4 inch plate. It bolts in the original spot, and then it goes up and welds into the subframe that we built. So 6 mounts on the body itself, and then 2 mounts in the back, and that should hold up just fine. Anyway, and there's our panel we put in here and there. And when we do the inside bottom of the door, which we're going to do soon, we can do a little bit better on getting this stiffened up and getting this lined up where it needs to be. And then of course the rear panel there. So it's looking decent. You know, I'm brushing it pretty good, so it's not really no professional quality here. We're building a hot rod, not a show car. So we'll keep at it. Let me see if I can get something done on this rear. Okay folks, we've gotten one side partially on, just like somebody had mentioned on here, and I knew that these things never fit good. The last one I done was the 27 tall T, and it gave a lot of issues, but we're getting it. We haven't done the inner fender well yet to tie it in, but we'll get it, and we've got a lot more welding to do. I think welding's going to be the big deal on this car. Quite a bit to do. So we'll spend a day welding on it. And so anyway, I don't even know what day it is. Well, I know it's Saturday, but I don't know what day it is on our build here. You know, 10, 11, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I edit a video. But anyway, we're moving along. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on it tomorrow. Probably, I don't know. I might jump to the other side and work on it. I've still got the rocker panels to do, to the lower inside of them doors, and we'll slowly get it. But anyway, it is coming along, starting to look like a car. Once I get this all welded up here and ground and get the rest of the paint off that sheet metal and get a little bit of primer on this car, it's going to start looking decent, like a solid car. and we'll just keep doing what we're doing. I guess I need to stand back here so this wheel looks like it's in the wheel well right. But anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll get my mess cleaned up. And yeah, I think we're gonna go to Jerry's here. I got a buddy that went to an auction today and bought some stuff. I think he bought a brand new radiator from Model A, so we're gonna go see what he's got and maybe buy a few things from him. All right, I'll take you along. All right, we got one radiator, Model A, that's supposed to be reworked.
Yeah, he said that one has been, this one's been reconditioned, but this one is new. That's the one Scott tried to get from him.
I bet that one's been reconditioned too. I doubt it's new. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it come in that box. I mean,
it might be new.
Scott said it was. Scott was the one that run me up on it.
What are these?
Kind of wild.
I'm lost on that one. Bathroom part.
Sure, some of it is. But he had
It's
a bidder at somebody else's number.
$90 is still not bad for that radiator.
He had somebody else's number, and when it got to $80 and I said 90, he said the guy's free.
I don't do much with that auction because of that deal with that Dodge truck. Remember, you bought it for me and the title was there, but
yeah, they had
yeah,
to it.
They had the title all right, but that wasn't. That don't mean it was good. They could have said that. There's an add-on cigarette lighter. I want that.
Dang. There's a lot of PTA stuff here. I don't know what the hell it is.
That's the thermometer. Well, it screws into a tank or something, like on top of a, let me see the temperature. It ain't going above, yeah, I mean, it's just a regular temperature, guys. It probably works. What's it sitting at? It works. It's sitting at, what, 80 degrees? 82, 83, or something like that.
Are you care if I look at this?
No, go ahead, though. Dirty. Yeah, I hear you, buddy.
Hey, you got me. Hell no. So, them two right there for 50 These two? No, this one here and that one yonder. Push it across.
I think that's for horse hooves.
Yeah, scraping down, on down.
Yeah, man.
Any goats?
I just ate, man.
No, not like that.
There, these piles are sharp like they're brand new. Them are rafts for Bondo, Jerry.
Check.
Yeah. And got a thing you put them on.
We got a fiberglass kit. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's in that box up there, fiberglass kit.
So what's your plans, Jerry? You going to take this stuff onto the scrapyard, or you going to sit on it?
We're going to unload it somewhere and leave it here.
You going to sit on it?
I can't carry it in the junkyard, but not no damn $3.
I know. Price
It's
is,
going to be sitting probably right there.
price is too low.
Not over yonder. No, it's going to be sitting here. It ain't going no damn more.
That's the problem with not knowing everything there is know about everything. You know, I'm liable to walk over something here that somebody needs or is an oddball piece, and it's a shame that not to get it. All right, Jerry, I think these carburetors, license tag, and these files and the 2 radiators.
Oh shit.
Would you take $8 million?
Yeah.
That's all I got. Okay, so I'm back home, and this radiator's got some foam in it where it was packed away in a box, but I bought 2 record radiators. I bought this box with a bunch of, I think there's 1 Ford carburetor, rest are Stromberg 94s. Another radiator that's been record, and these are both Model A, and I wanted these because one reason is that I'm going to put that Y block in that car later on. Now I wanted a good original radiator, and some files, old license plate topper, an old license plate topper, 1964 I think is what it is. But Jerry goes to the auctions and buys this stuff for scrap, and then sells it to me in a box. Let me see, the box has got something on it. Miller Manufacturing, 4th month of 63. Griffin Baking Company, never heard of it. Anyway, Richmond, Virginia. Alright, well, back on the 31 tomorrow. We'll see what we can get done. I appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.